Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. My name is Joshua Sohn here composing live, where we show an up close and personal look at how music is made. And we are back on the second episode or this series for the Gladiator theme. And it's a lot of fun, a lot of work, of course, when you do these transcriptions. It's just a lot of kind of back and forth with these things. But this is one of my favorite tunes or themes of all time, and I thought it was a good time to do it because Gladiator 2 is coming out, and it's just a nice way to sort of celebrate that. Hello, Sam. Hey, hi, Guy. Good to see you guys. As far as everything else goes, I just wanted to share with you a few announcements before we begin. And one is I have a film that's going to be coming out soon, and that will be coming out on TV next weekend. It's on Lifetime, and it's called He Slid Into Her DMs. It's a thriller movie. I just want to announce that to you all so that you guys have just a reference if you want to check out any things that I've done in the past. So this one is my most recent work. I'm going to actually share a link with you guys so that you have that in case you want to see it. So you can click on the link and it'll give you more info on the timing of the showing, and you can even see a trailer. Okay, so let's go ahead now and go over this track with you. I was actually working on the beginning a little bit as I was kind of listening through. So I'll kind of talk you through some of the tweaks I've done, and then we can go from there. So first off, here is the track. Let me just double check everything. Now let's go ahead and press play, and this is what we worked on last time. Okay, so that is some extra material that I've added in, which is this second half, or it's not really a second half, it's like a little ending of the first section. Let's call this the A section. So from here, we have this like so. And then as you go through here, starting from bar 17 to 25, that's where there are some things that I just added in. So what you just heard is that horn line. Okay. Now the original of this is actually from the battle cue. So if you listen to the soundtrack, it's like maybe track number 3, I think, on the soundtrack, and it's actually part of a bigger scene. So what I ended up having to do, because of the way it ends, it actually resolves to a different chord, and then the battle starts to happen, and there's some really cool guitar playing. We're skipping that part. We're not going to be doing the battle, actual like action battle music here. Instead, what I was planning to do is have it resolve so that you have this last note going like this, and then it'll get really big. And I actually took this second cue over here, that's in yellow, as the kind of the reprise or the repeat of the A section, but much bigger, and a variation of the melody. So it sounds like this. All right. So as you can see, just a lot more dramatic version of this first one, and it's just it goes so well together. They happen to be both in the same key when I grab these two cues separately. This second cue is like on the very ending, where if you guys seen the movie, Marcus Aurelius reveals himself and he does that big speech at the end, in front of the emperor. My name is Marcus Aurelius, um, and then he says like father of a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, or something like that. And I think that's where that music starts. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start there in a sense. Anything else that I should mention? Yeah, percussion. I did add a couple elements. I should just mention real quick. Before that, I noticed that I was kind of lacking some bass end, so I added this into the mix. It's actually these cues. So I added some. They're basically like bass drum hits, but they're not exactly bass drums. One is Alphaeus. From the Damage 2 library. And then this one is probably a bass drum. I'm not sure. This is just from the Metropolis. But as you can hear, that has like a bass drum feel to it on that frequencies. And then I added this as well. And I could probably add a little bit more, like some kind of delay here. Only thing is, I'm thinking I might have to just make sure that none of these other tracks are sharing. So as I'm doing this, I'm having some thoughts to make it even sound better. Let's add delay to that. We'll add a percussion one. Let's see, there we go. And let's see how this would sound. So I'm gonna unsolo, solo. Yeah, just a little bit more space there. It gives a ping pong delay effect. Alright. Alright. So that's the idea. And maybe we could sort of blend that to taste. I feel like one of these two, it's probably this one, it's just slightly loud. So we'll bring that down. And let's hear that again from the beginning. Okay, anyways, that's enough of that. So for today, our goal is to try to figure out how to get this second half going. And whether we finish this off today or next time, I don't know until we actually try it. So without further ado, let's go and do that. First off, there is it's a lot louder as you can see, but there's like choir that really takes over here. So let's listen to the choir for a second. And brass, I should say brass. Probably should be priority first. Yeah, choir of course too. I think I probably wanted to start with brass just to kind of get ourselves in the headspace. So first off, let's add trumpets. I usually go lower end or background stuff first, and then I do melody. But I might want to start with melody for now. Let's just do this. I mean, we know the melody pretty well. Let's go to the beginning of what we have here, just to kind of get ourselves a like a template in a sense. So then we go to the trumpet 2. We might have to layer this too. So we have something like this. Okay. So we have that, and I kind of want to hear how trumpets would play something like this. Okay, so this is actually half a beat off. It's not very strong, so let's try a different articulation, maybe marcato, and then let's go up, and let's also bring all this stuff up as well. Okay. Um, let's also bring up the velocity. Okay. Let's compare the original track. Okay, so it's much more blended in the mix. So what I'm doing might be overkill because it's really in the horns. I feel like maybe trombone too, but okay. And then the other thing is timing wise, that's the that's also tricky. Um, I timed this, or this is just from the horn section, right? So the horn had some legatos in it. Um, I wonder if I would just play that in. And then anytime you hit a marcato, that I mean a long note that's not short, we'd have to change that marcato articulation to something else. So we can try that. I'm just debating if I should perform it in or just quantize it in for now. I'm torn here, but let's see. Let's just kind of have this here as a quantize, and we'll push the beat forward just a little bit and do the overlaps. Okay, so as I was saying before, with the marcatos, let's go ahead and make those longer. And then at some point it changes. I know there's some variations on the melody here. By the way, thank you for everyone that's saying hi. Hey, Kyordan, I didn't get to say hi to you. If I miss any of your notes, I do apologize. I try to read them, I promise. But when I'm just like in my zone, I hope you understand. So let's see here. Let's go to our sustains. Okay. Now the sustain has like a soft tone to it. So then I'm not sure. It seems like that's the only. There's a mariachi one that's kind of funky. Yeah, that's there's too much vibrato probably to my taste. So let's do the sustain and maybe we shape it. Oh, sorry. Because sometimes it just times out. Let's try again. Okay, so I gotta go the opposite way. Let me redo that. Okay, I see. I gotta go way up there. Let's try again. Okay, let me also do this. I think maybe on these marcatos it's a bit much. That's better. It's kind of a wrestling match here. Okay, and that's gonna change. All of that we're gonna change out in a second. But let's go and try um, something I have to learn to avoid, not pressing that waveform. Okay, so let's go here and solo this again one more time, and we'll see what we're dealing with on the melody. So I noticed that this actually shares some of the trumpets that play before in this section. Anyways, let's keep going. Okay, so let's stop there. That done. Okay, so I'm hearing a bunch of different stuff, and the first part is pretty good. Sorry, let me unmute that. Yeah, right here. Okay, so this goes up. Da, 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 da. Oops. So let's reshape that. Okay, and I'm gonna actually layer this now. So, I mean, there's a lot of other things we can do to keep in mind with the mixing of things, but for now, I feel like you could use just a little more body somehow. So either we use this one. Okay, and then it changes from that point on, but I think that's a good start. So let's hear that again. Let's see. I'm gonna have to do a few tweaks. Okay, the velocities on these are pretty high, relatively. We can even I want to say marcato. Yeah, let's keep in marcato on that part. Okay, and then here where it goes, we'll stay on the trumpet for a little more. This part is different. What we need to do is go back to the trumpet section here. Right there, yeah. Oh, actually even earlier than that. So let's take basically this. I forgot there's a east-west trumpet. I might want to actually use that one instead for what we had before. And then actually let's just take all of this and let's take it way over here. Okay, so from that point on, I think we can just delete it because then most of this is here. And as I was saying before, I totally spaced it, but I have the east-west. Let me actually copy this down and hear how that would sound. Yee. There's some funky behaviors there. Sam, I saw your note about the Ennio Morricone for that mariachi. Oh yeah, all the way. Let's see here. So that's a little funky. Let's try maybe a sustain accent. Okay, this sounds pretty leveled. That's great. You know, in terms of the volume, velocities are good. Let's try this. Maybe it's slightly loud or bright. Okay, and I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to get this to not crash, but it seems like we're facing some issues here. So sorry about that, guys. It looks like we're back in connection here, but I do need to do this like I've done before, and this is frustrating. But what can you do? So I'm going to save out of this, and let's get out of it real quick, and hopefully we can go back into the session nice and smooth. But yeah, there's some funky things about my setup right now, isn't it? Technology, the bane of composers. Let me go ahead and open this back up, and it'll take a couple of minutes. Let's talk about some of this Gladiator stuff. So actually, I grabbed what I thought was the CD from Gladiator in the library. It happened to be a piano book instead, and I was like, "Oh crap!" Well, I mean, it's good to look at the piano, but what was cool about this is there's a interview with Hans Zimmer that had like there's like a couple of pages, and I thought it would be fun to mention something that I found interesting. So one of the questions was, so as far as creatively approaching this film, how did you do it? And so I'm gonna kind of skip down, but basically, Hans Zimmer says a little bit lower. He goes, "I was suddenly starting to think about how formal, how gracious, how civilized Rome was." And then we were looking at Roman architecture. We were looking at the books of Rome, and it's this civilized, this formalized thing, but at the same time, it's built on blood. It's all built on savagery. It's all built on the backs of slaves. I was thinking, how can I write a piece of music that has that sort of duality in it? Ridley Scott always lets me be crazy, so I had this idea that all the action sequences should be waltzes, like Viennese waltzes. You can't think of anything more fluffy and civilized in such a beautiful form. Everything is just so imperfect. And I thought, what if I take the shape, the form of a waltz, and just make it bloody, savage, and brutal? I don't think anybody's ever done that. I went away and wrote all this stuff before they even finished filming. And then the film editor, Pietro, started cutting to the music. So we were literally working the other way around, where the music was ahead of the editing. Anyways, and we're back. But that's a little excerpt from an interview from Hans Zimmer. It's fascinating. It took him, I think, maybe I would assume like a few months to get the score finalized and everything. But he said that his collaboration with Lisa Gerard like took 5 months or something like that. So I think that was really interesting stuff. Anywho, we are back and loaded. Kyodan, do you ever write by hand or start in Dorico? So yeah, I do. But generally in Dorico, it's like for songs. Like if I'm working with someone as a producer, generally I work that way. I'll make like lead sheets and things like that. If I'm doing like a musical, I have to use Dorico for musical ideas, but it's kind of a push and pull. I sometimes work in Cubase, then convert it to Dorico, or the other way around. Okay, sorry about that. So I hope my trumpets seem to be pushing a lot of resources here. But let's press play and cross your fingers. Right? That's all. It's all playing. Tuning is debatable there, but what I'll do is I'll make one of these quieter. So going to this part, let's go back a little bit and maybe bring that down. See if that did anything. I'm gonna solo this. Very clean on this particular patch. So let's see. Okay, let's do that for now. We'll kind of thin that out in terms of the volume. Okay, so that part we'll have to come back to, but I think here I heard something maybe different as well. Actually, that's the same. But it might be everything is an octave higher. So let's now check the recording again. Listening for the trumpet. Okay. Da-na-na. So let's stop there. Da-na-na. Okay, so let's just do this and make it short. Done. Maybe marcato or even tenuto for this one. Let's do staccato maybe for that one, and then this one will go marcato. Okay. And let's hear how this would sound together. So it sounds okay. I think maybe we bring up some of the intensity there. Okay. And maybe, actually, now I'm thinking about da-na, da-na, maybe it can also be marcato. I wish it was more full. Let's see. Let's try that. Something like that. I'm gonna have to push some other parameters there. Okay, let's try this other trumpet. So sorry, I'm just gonna move it over here. It just keeps jumping. Let's try again. Okay, and then this part, it almost needs to like go faster too. But for now, let's go marcato. Okay, let's bring out down the velocity there. Too soft. Great, great, great. All right, so we have trumpet down for this section before it starts doing the finale there. So let's look at now horns, and we're gonna play under that from the trumpet. We need some balls to the wall horns, and the ones that I use for that is generally the Metropolis Arc stuff, although it can be a bit much, but let's try it. So let's go to the beginning of this, and we'll bring up all of this again. Do 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 do, and then somewhere around, let's see, da da da. Okay, so up to here. Let's take that and let's go to here. Okay, and let's bring this in like that. So on beat 2. And we can go ahead of the beat slightly. Already sounds great, amazing. Let's listen to this real quick. It's kind of buried in with everything else. You know, once you add all the other instruments, I think just for now we go a little quieter. So, although that didn't record, let me try that again. You know what? Let me turn off this guy because it keeps jumping over. So right there, that I think this also goes dun, nice and short. Ooh, okay. Yeah. What if we push this forward a little bit? I'm just gonna mute everything else. I feel like it needs more, huh? Cool. It works. I'm gonna try one other idea. That might be better actually. So let's do that. Kyoran, you had a question. When you're programming rubato, do you extend time signature or do you automate tempo? Do you use the same technique for a printed score? For printed score, no. It would just, I would say rubato, or you know, in terms of rolletando or something like that, molto rolletando, depending on the situation. But for rubato, just in general, that's tricky. Yeah, I think I will do it as extra time rather than the tempo grid, when I can avoid it, just because the tempo grid can mess up delays and other things that you might have on your plugins. But I mean, I've broken that rule for myself many a times, and it's not that bad. It's not the end of the world if you do that. Sometimes it works, but yeah, generally I try to avoid it because of the, like, if there's big massive shifts or something, it can mess with any delays generally. Okay, so well, also loops, drum loops too. Sometimes that gets all funky. All right, so with that being said, let's listen to the melody again, the original. And on this, we're going to really kind of focus on the horn and just make sure the horn doesn't veer off anywhere. So that also kind of sounds different. So da, na, 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 it goes down. Okay, so let's do those changes. So going back to the melody here, you have. So it goes da, na. O's, da, C. Okay. Sorry, let me mute my phone. Oh my gosh, today What a day. Okay, so as the horn does that, da-na, does the trumpet do that too? And it's weird because my right ear is picking up. That sounds like trombone, actually. I guess trombone is doing that too. I think trumpet too. Let's see. Yeah, let's have the trumpets do that as well. We'll go down. Okay, trombone eventually will do that as well. So we'll have to remember that. So then there was one other spot. Da, na, 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 na. So E is the note there. Cool. I believe that was the only other variation on that horn spot. Also, I think viola is playing this, or cello, and or cello. Let's see. Let's double check what the cello's doing here. The last note is down here. Let's see where the horn is in relation to that. It's a big jump. Let's listen to this real quick. I would say most likely it's cello and viola. Let's play it back and then compare it to the original. So, although I probably need to adjust some things. Anytime you glue things together, you gotta really just make sure the overlaps are good between the two events. This always happens. Okay. Oops. Like that. Okay. And this is in legato, which works. I know that Pacific has this marcato, which sustains and loops. It's not triggering yet. There you go. Yeah, so, and you can hold it down, and it just loops and goes on forever. So I might do that one for this, on both of these, just to see how that would work. Also, it might be velocity sensitive. Let's see. It is. So, something like this. I wonder if it's better to play. Let's do that. Okay, and this will kind of give it some more variation of things. Let's do that much. Oh yeah, and I have to make sure I press this button. Okay, let me try it. Oh, sorry. Oh. Let me try that again. Hopefully we don't crash. Although this was probably too high. There we go. Let's try one more time. Yep, that's the idea. What I need to do though, let's make this a susmarcato. That way I don't have to press this button every time on my pad, and that'll get me more prepared. partly I want to do that to get some more variation, but also get that velocity a little bit more leveled, so to speak. Did it do much? I'm not sure. I feel like I needed to go a little softer. And of course, I'm rushing some of that. Forgive my rushing. Let's see. Let's go like that. Yeah, so this has a bit of a accent, you know, a front attack. I wonder if I just have to play much softer. Almost like grow into it. Yeah, so that's about right. But like anytime it starts that next phrase, maybe we start a little quieter, like this. Oh yeah, and I think I might have pressed the trumpet note there instead. Should be probably down. Let's go down on that. So moral of the story, know how your samples behave. Every patch behaves a little differently. And then, you just tweak to taste, I guess. Also, this one doesn't really read off of your mod wheel. It's just expression. So that second to last note is kind of loud. Okay. I think that'll work really well. So then let's just do that second half of the phrase, and also tweak this little note, get that quieter. Okay, next would be the da na 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 na. Da-na. Yeah. Okay. See if I remember that. Okay, let's now go record it. Oops. Oh, sorry, G. Try again. Like that. Everything was kind of loud on the velocities. Let's try again. Okay, that was a lot better. So timing wise, let's see. That's not too bad. That drags just a little bit. That might be good. Let's keep that. Okay. So then we have this. Okay. What if we just kept all of that as is, and then maybe the viola will tighten that just a little more. Okay. So. That is good. That was just 1/2 of the string part that's playing this. I think we're gonna double this on viola now, and on like I was saying before, we'll sort of retain most of this, but maybe I'll tighten up some of that just on this one. Okay. And let's go ahead and press play. Also, let's delete that. Okay. Okay. The only note that kind of bothered me was dun, dun. Maybe those notes. Even here. Okay. And let's see. Let's hear that in context. Yeah. Dun, dun. Maybe a little bit of digging in right there. Almost going behind the beat would be better. Yeah. Sometimes going behind the beat softens the feel or softens the tone almost. Um, Sometimes you do that in conjunction with velocity. Sam, you had a question about the computer. Yeah, if I were to ever get a computer, I do a lot of traveling, so sometimes it's good. If I do travel, I tend to use my laptop to work, so I kind of have that as a way to transport back and forth. But yeah, that's probably a good point. If I did get one, it might be a little more stable. That could be it. Could be other things though. There's some networking stuff that keeps coming up that I'm trying to solve. So it could be that as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, Sam. I'll see you later. Always good to hang. So it's actually no, that's not Sam saying that. Is Kyoradon. Thank you, Kyoradon, for hanging out with us. Sam was just saying bye. Okay, so I see. Gabor is saying cheap viewers on. Don't know what that means, but if you want to elaborate, feel free. Okay, so let's go to the. Maybe we'll just sort of flesh out the brass. So we have horns. Maybe horn was also doing some harmonies. Let's listen for that real quick. So also, I should just point out here it feels faster, right? And that's partly because it's rushing. It kind of rushes into the downbeat. Um, I'm just wondering if I should do that as we mentioned earlier, maybe doing it with the tempo track or just kind of pushing and pulling here. Yeah, that's interesting. What if we were to do something like this? I'm curious if we can push this a little bit. And then we like dial it back. Okay. So sorry, that's actually the real recording. Let's listen to the arrangement here. Right. It still doesn't like rush enough. So what you could do is push these every quarter note and go, let's say like 115 and then 118. Right. And that might not be even enough. So this is one way to do it at least. Right. So that's quite a bit now. So let's undo that. Let's bring this all up relatively to that. And I think that'll be good. So going back to the listen track, our original track, let's go and hear more harmonies from anything we have in the horns. So I have. Let's. I hear that. That's sort of the notes. Let's double check that in a second. Okay, let's listen to that with everything else. Hey, Sentai Ranger Donnie is here. Awesome. Good to see you. Let's go ahead solo this. Cool. And this is using the same library, so it has a little bit of a uniform type of sound, which is good. I'm gonna also just sort of quantize that a bit. Okay. All right, so that's the first part of that. It's really close. I don't think it's quite those notes. Let's see here again. It might be 3 notes, or excuse me, like a 2-part harmony. So maybe I'm hearing like the upper half and the lower half. We could perhaps just go off of direction more than anything. So like, for instance, let's put the other ones on. So here's the melody, and maybe we change it a different color. So let's change the harmony to, blue. And you'll notice already it's a 3rd below and a 4th below, which works really well. I'm hearing some directional thing though, so I'm hearing like something like that. But let's see. If we were to maybe add something like this in there, how would that go? So we'll make sure it's all this. We go like this, and okay, and we'll fix that. Over here, these are sustains, and something like that. Okay. Also, this can go ahead of the beat slightly. Okay, that's probably close to what this is right here. Oops, let me undo that. There we go. So let's listen. Okay, so hello. Where am I? So on this part, okay, so it sounds like it's going down to a G. What if I did something like this? Okay, and let's listen back real quick. Oh, whoopsie. Yep, that sounds about right now. So let's now shape that. There needs to be a slight breath. So like maybe we rush this a little bit. Like that. It needs to really jump here. That's better. And also, you know, there's this that we're playing around with too, but maybe we don't go as so drastic. Maybe we just do it more granular, and then it's more in here that we have to control. That sounds good. Okay, and let's listen to the rest. Okay. All right, let's go back here. So that's your last note. Oh, I had it in my head and I forgot it. So something. Maybe it's just that. Let's try it. So we go A, C, D, back to C. And let's shape it. Okay. And then let's do some harmony to that. Oh, it could be A, and then down to another A. Make sure that they don't overlap though. Oh, sorry, G. Good. Let's do this too. I'm gonna copy and paste the chord track so you can see what's being played here. So from here to about, let's go from here to about actually, I'm not sure. Let's copy that much. And that would be at the start of here, like that. So now we can see what chords we're on, sort of. It's actually here. Cool. I'm tempted to go to A. To do that. It's more of a leveling. Like if I had two independent tracks, I would make this one louder and this one softer, but we could do that later if we have time. Let's just move on. Next, we have this phrase. Okay, that's your last note. Sometimes you just have to latch on to something. Okay, let's go back and fix that. So we have C. And A. Okay, let's listen to that. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Let's listen one more time. Okay, now I'm assuming there's a three-part horn line, so this is really coming through, and I'm hesitant to add more because it'll muddy some of that now, since we're using the same instrument. But let's see how this would sound. So we have something like that. Let's hear it. You know what? Let's also make sure that there's no overlap. Yeah, so it does kind of muddy it up, but you know, sometimes maybe they double. Maybe they're doubling a line, and that's just how it's just one single one, but louder. Um, it, in case of this part, I'm not sure if it should be F. It could be G. Or it could just not be. They double here. Okay. This should be a C. In that chord, that should be a C. Okay. And there's an overlap there, so that we can hear that C there. Okay. That works. Let's listen to that with some shaping. Okay. All right. Let's listen and see the harmony line. Okay. So let's bring the active part over, and we're gonna go C, G. Okay, let's listen one more time. So it's A, C, F. Okay. Okay. More or less, that's it. And then we're gonna make sure these are in sustain and do another type of harmony here. Let's keep this in F, and then this is in G. Let's hear how this would sound. Oh, sorry. This needs to overlap. Cool. Cool. I think that's right. Let's listen to the next part. Okay, I'm latching on here, so I know a lot of you guys hear maybe some other things that I might not be able to hear. But I generally go by the motto, you know, just a lot of do a lot of little things well, and you'll come across a masterpiece after. Now let's listen to this part again. So I think it hit C and then D's after that. So Did it go up though? Yeah, it's all in D here. And oh, that's the wrong button. So here we're gonna also sustain that. And this needs to make sure we get off of that earlier. Okay. Let's shape it for a second. And so on. Well, let's delete that. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. We could probably make both of these connect a little more. Like that. Wrong. Maybe B flat. And let's make this an A. Let's bring that a little bit further in. Maybe not. Let's bring that last note in a little bit. That's a little better. Okay, let's hear it all in context. Cool. Next. So B flat. Like so. Oh yeah, but I actually made a boo-boo. Let's copy that, undo everything. Right there. Okay, so I forget, I was on the other part where the green is. Okay, there you go. Good, good, good. Let's listen to the next part. That's really thick there. It's dense. It's kind of hard to hear everything. It's just rotating back and forth. So let's delete all this. Like that. Okay. I think this is what it's playing. Okay, and then probably. Let's make this one staccato. Okay. All right. So let's listen, or let's decide now what to do on the second harmony line underneath it, probably. Oh, that's cool. That little F sharp. That's a D major to. I don't know. I kind of like that. If it's right or not, I'm not sure. All right. Ooh, let's fix this. Let's go to the chords. I'm just gonna finalize the chord track here. That's not what I wanted. Let's find that again. Okay, we're gonna copy. All right, let's go back here. There we go. Okay, and is in the right spot? I think so. Maybe. Anyways, I think it's here. Yeah, it should be here. So then over on the horn that I just botched, let's go ahead. Oh, I always forget. If you highlight the chord track with some of those events highlighted over it, it will do something funky and it'll just try to analyze chords. So let's see here. Give it a second. It always does this, and that's why I always have to lock it afterwards. Okay, so it canceled, and then let's go and lock this. All right, lock that track. All right, going back to what we're saying, this chord progression is really important, just so that I get a gauge of what we're doing here. I like to have that to sort of have a roadmap of how I'll voice these notes. Good to know your theory. Okay, so this is where it gets a little confusing. There might be a smaller chord change here. I'm assuming there's like an A right here. Yeah, there might be like a A chord. Should I put it in? Let's put it in. So right here, there should be like a A over probably C sharp or something like that. But let's just call it A. This is probably a D minor chord. And I'm not sure if that's over A or over the G. We'll see. But okay, we'll lock it. And going back here, then that makes more sense what I'm doing. Okay, so then this is a D minor chord. We want the F natural, and this is a G minor chord, as you can see here. Okay, and then let's finish this off. Let's go like that. Now you can go like that, down, which in some ways is better voice leading. You could also just go here. To me, I don't know what sounds better. It depends on the context. Put a little more crescendo there, but what we should do is rush that in a little bit. Okay, let's keep it down. Why not? I think we got the harmonies in order here for this little section. So what we have now, it's 9:18. We've been going for about an hour and 20 minutes. Great. I think we can at least get this section done by today. If we have time, we'll do the final part. First, I don't know if this is just me, but sometimes when you're working with really good sample libraries and you're just composing and composing, sometimes you forget these are samples, just due to how good they're recorded. Anywho, that's the horns. We can kind of copy and paste some of this now that we have a good little mid section of harmonies. Um, we still need to do trombone. We still need to do tuba. So let's go ahead and figure that part out. I would say the easier one would be tuba. I might actually even have that done. Oh yeah, it's over here. So tuba and string bass are kind of doubling. At least in my world, it's doubling. So let's see. Okay, so first off, since now we're kind of doing tuba and the bass at the same time, one thing I should make sure that we get right is the articulation. So when we do the notes here, da-na-na, either we change it so it's like stronger. So we do like a marcato thing. Um, yeah. So already it gets a little more energy to set up for the melody here. I'm not sure if this is right though, so let's double check. This is the original. Yeah. Yeah, Sam, you mentioned earlier that the rhythms and the percussion is a little different. Yeah, you're right. On this one, I'm actually going to I might just retain that little drum beat I have in the beginning, and arrange this piece a little differently, so to speak. So we might make it drive with the drums. I think that actually would be nice. So yeah, we're gonna even add another addition to that. Is all I'm saying. But going back to this, it's kind of hard to hear the bass line. What I'll do actually, I have a little trick. I've said this before in other tutorials. Sometimes what I like to do is put a low pass filter and just listen to the low end. Sounds like it's doing the long, but it's also attacking some of those notes. Dun, dun, dun. Oops. It's a lot more active on the second half, but at least on the first half, it sounds like it's just doing those long notes. Maybe it's like doing either half notes or quarter notes here. So let's do that. Let's do half note. Dun, dun. So this one, I'm just hearing half note or whole note. This here, I'm hearing the half note. I mean, I don't know about that part, but I think this part sounds more accurate on the second half. So, anywho, that's a nice little trick you can do. Helps to really just focus on that low end. So let's listen to low end again. Oh, sorry. That's the real recording, isn't it? Okay. Right here, there's like a jun jun. Should we hit that or punch it? Sure. Let's do it. Okay. Now, maybe in addition to everything here, let's just make this all marcato. So, let's do that. Okay. Okay, good. And then also, a lot of this can go down in the velocity. But maybe here we just punch it. And when you punch it, it sometimes helps to, I mean, at least like with the feel, right? We're trying to get a good feel going. Also rush the beat a bit. And we could probably punch it even more. The tuba, which is actually this brass thing. Yeah, this is an ensemble brass patch, but on here I can go short, maybe short, long. Okay, all of this should be this articulation. Okay, let's listen again. And like, you know, you just have to find the balance. Nice. Okay, and then one other thing is just to shape it. This is just tuba. Okay, so there's that, and then articulation really quickly. Let's make sure all of this here is the same as well. It should be a long beast is what I have it as, and then here this is all marcato. Great. Okay, so we'll shape this now. Yeah, but you know, in reality, it's just expression, so I'll just do expression. Be the last part. Okay, so not bad. I feel like this needs to punch a little more. Where is it? Bum bum. I feel like this still needs to punch a little more. It's kind of hard to hear that. And this is a short beast. Interesting. What if I did a short choir? And then maybe that sounds good, but I'm curious to hear like a different articulation like that. I kind of like that a little more, but nah, this just doesn't have the weight. Okay, this is overlapping. There you go. All right. Well, in that case, we have the tuba done, and then we need to fill in the trombone. So let's listen real quick to hear if there's anything else that we need to do in the trombone that's probably different than trumpet or horn. So, let's see here. Interesting. Boom, boom. Interesting. I'm hearing some other things like the horns are doing that's a little bit different. Sorry. Boom, boom, and this could be the trombone too, but this is like really accented here. Something like that, even louder. So. Anywho, that I think is a spot, and that's where the brass is doing that too, isn't it? Okay, so anywho, I'm hearing certain things in the trombone, almost like it's hitting accents on the downbeat. Let's listen one more time. I think it might be safe to say a lot of the stuff that the trombone's doing is doubling up with what the bottom horns are doing. So if we were to just use that as a rule of thumb, we could probably get a lot further that way, and then maybe tweak as we go. What I'll do though is I'm gonna add. Should I add one more trombone element? Just to kind of thicken it up. This is a bass trombone. So adding a bass trombone here might be a good move. Let's see. Let's change that articulation there. I have a feeling maybe the horns also need to do that. Look at that. Let's change this back to sustain. Okay. So let's listen to that in context. Maybe we bring down some of this. Sounds good. That's weird. Did I not change it here? Oh, I didn't change it on the second one. So let's do that real quick. Okay. So in situations like this, sometimes what I'll do is split them. So let's get rid of the bottom notes here real quick. And this will sound cleaner. So we just get rid of all the second voice or second trumpets, let's say. Like that. I mean, it could be a three trombone part as well, but let's just try this approach first. There's also this here. I'm just gonna level it out a little more. Okay, so then do that here, but do the opposite. So get rid of first trombone, like that. Oops. This is a shared one, so we'll get rid of that. And it's basically a lot of programming for composing is kind of this problem solving, and then you just click and delete. Oh, one more thing. Let's bring this down like that. So in a sense, you are like you're almost like drawing stuff in. It's almost like an art thing that you're doing. Not to be a broken record, here we go. Let's play it from the beginning just to double check. Interesting. So that Jun Jun is actually just horns. I didn't hear it in the on the right side. So maybe what we do on that Jun Jun, we just get rid of it. Sounds cool, but maybe we need that as to hold the fort down, so to speak, so that the horns can do that. Okay. Smoothing that out just a bit. Timing wise, this is very rushed, and you know, sometimes on some of these we can quantize and pull in a little bit. Let's see how that sounds. To there. Yeah, so there's that. I like that. I have no problem with doing some kind of doubling there with the horns. It sounds good. It's full. There's a lot of good things happening in the brass now. So the brass is sort of the bread and butter. With that, then we have the strings. I kind of had strings doing some things there already, which sounds great. Let's see. Sometimes, especially here, it's good to double up your strings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that down. So this is viola, and I don't have one loaded in for the cello. Maybe we do that. Let's see, cello. And on this cello, oops, that's not the cello. It's the viola, or excuse me, cello performance legato. So over here, let's turn this one on. We're just gonna layer the strings that we have, and what I like about the Spitfire, first off, this is the same room it was recorded in supposedly. So let's add some room tone in there, also some vibrato. So you have this. And it sounds kind of swung, which is weird. Anywho, that plus this one, I think this already has vibrato. It doesn't. So let's go bring some vibrato back in, even from the top of that. So we have like that. So CC21 in Spitfire is vibrato. So then we put that all together. This is what the strings would sound like. Right. Let's hear the Spitfire only. Interesting. So the timing is a little bit different. That's a little bit better, I guess. Okay, so it's it helps just kind of fill in maybe some other frequencies. Also, it's good to try different velocities. Okay, let's listen now. Okay, great. Oh, it looks like our friend Greg Raja Ona is here in the house. Hello, Greg. How are you doing, man? Okay, so we're going to play back and let's listen for what the high strings are doing. So we got cello, we got bass, viola, so violins basically. Yeah, right. It's kind of dense to hear everything. Okay, so you can almost say there's no high violins there. Maybe the violins are playing low, but it really doesn't come out until around here. Like where the trumpets are. It's hard to hear. So let's play on that real quick. So I'll use these guys. I don't really hear it in that register. Maybe on the lower one. Let's listen again. Maybe it's there. Maybe it's so hard because the trumpet really pops up and it's almost like masking. But maybe the trumpet's playing that. Maybe the violin 2 is playing the lower half, and then the violin 1 is going. It's hard to say. Let's try then. In that case, where should I do this? Almost better to do the trumpet rather than the horn. So let's go here. Let's go here. Let's bring this down. I'm just curious if the theory going down is better. And let's make sure this glue's a little bit smoother. So, sorry, it's kind of quiet. I'll fix that in a second. Let's bring up the other one. So this is violin 1, violin 2. Okay. And then on here, we have that. Okay. Also, these probably should also share the articulation we had set for the other strings in the Pacific patches. So Pacific viola, Pacific cello, all of those are in sus mark is the it's just marcato, but I call it sus mark because it loops. So the problem here is we probably don't want the velocities to be that loud. So let's go down a bit. Still a little quiet. Still a little quiet. So then let's see why that's the case. I see. So let's bring up the CC7 data. Yeah, so right about here, dun dun dun, and we might have to draw in a little bit of more gradual upwards motion like that. Okay, and then also on the second violin. Okay, if that's the case, we might have to do something similar on violin 1 and violin 2. Okay, we have that, and just bring that up ever so slightly. When you're layering, a little goes a long way. Great. This is awesome. I think for the most part, the violin 1 and violin 2 doesn't veer off too much with what the trumpets are doing, but let's listen, see that relationship. So we're listening for violin and trumpets. Okay, so except for the ending, it almost sounds like it's playing almost note for note with what maybe the trumpets would be doing, or it's all in my head. Maybe they don't actually even play until the second half. But I kind of like having everyone play together there. So like, why not just keep them playing? But let's look at here. So this is actually the melody that the strings are playing on this second half. Okay, there's also some note hanging over. I think it's this one here on measure 11. So maybe we do this much. Okay, and then let's go over to where we were on the second section. Okay. Let's go ahead and delete this. And now this is the hard part. Do I stay in this little scheme that I was in before? Oh, and for some reason it's doubling all those notes. Or do I just stay in octaves? Okay, and I'm not sure why it's doing that. Let's double check. So it's this one. That's probably because it's in a different articulation. So let's fix that. Same with this one here. And these need to be much lower in velocity as well. It looks like everything in the yellow we need to change slightly. So let's do that now. I've noticed that the trumpets sort of died down. So if you listen to the recording, it's a lot quieter. So it's really the choir that comes through in brass. Um, well, yeah, some of the brass, not this one. So what we need to do here is actually go the opposite. We gotta get out of the way. So let's fix the trumpet real quick. Okay, there's some resources. I feel like my sample library is like fighting for RAM or something here, but um, anywho, well, let's just keep going with this for a second. Let's do this one. Okay, and we'll fix that again. I think everything else. Let's see. Let's listen to the orange. Okay. I can't even hear that. Let's bring that up. Yeah, that's even better. So let's go down. Anywho, listening to that with the string sounded a little weird. So let's see here. Yeah, I don't know if something happened. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, look at that. I think I might have been one note off on all of this. Let's see. 1/4 note off on all this. My bad. So let's see here. Oh, look at that. Is it this one too? Wow. Well, that's not good. Okay, so then here, gotta bring this over. There seems to be some doubling of notes, which is concerning. Let's see if I can delete some of that. Maybe not. Good. All right, so then let's say spiccato. Okay. Awesome. Hey, thanks, Guy, for mentioning that, by the way, that I offer consultation work. I do, whatever you want to call it, lessons. I listen to your score or anything related to that. I do offer lessons, so thank you for mentioning. Um, Greg, he said, I don't need advice, I need a break. Very true. Yeah, everyone needs a break for sure. Well, it sounds like you're working hard there. But yeah, as far as anything else, if you guys are interested in watching more videos like this, please do subscribe. Excuse me. It really helps to get as many subscribers on my channel as I can. Like the video, share it with your friends, and any help goes a long way. And I keep, excuse me, sneezing. Let's go to this. Whoa, hello. One more time. Okay. That feels good to me. The only thing is, did the violin one change? I don't think this changed. So, let's go back and how should we do this? So because this one is a little bit different now over here. So let's copy this and go to this one. And let's just see if that was any different. Yeah, that's different. And then for some reason this was supposed to go here. Hello. One more time. Like this. Alright, okay. I'm pretty happy with that. So this is where I thought maybe there was some fighting of samples or RAM, but it seems okay. I get a little more concerned once I add other things like choir to the mix and percussion. But I think that's I mean I mentioned earlier in the last stream there really isn't any woodwinds, and in some way it's actually okay. Like I kind of kept it there as an option, but um it almost sounds like string and brasses would be enough, and then you could double up some woodwinds. But that's almost like an afterthought. It almost doesn't need it, so to speak. Um, but yeah, I'm actually kind of curious to see the score, or like sit in on the Pro Tool session of the Gladiator session and see what it looked like. Cause yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there was an orchestra and there were woodwinds, but I just don't really hear it. So it's either just blended and really quiet in the mix or something. So, anywho, that being said, that saves a lot of resources for me, at least for the samples and loading into RAM and all that. Um, man, my nose is getting a little runny too. I apologize. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this choir. So I think I'm gonna load the big guns. I think that's where we can start using the orchestral tools, or Metropolis Arc 1. Let's listen. Okay. So, what have we done in the earlier ones? Because I'm kind of curious. It almost sounds like that. Okay, so it's like that, but louder, a little bit more bombastic. So if we were to, excuse me, if we were to do something like that, let's hear. Although this sounds a little funky to me. Let's see, what if we do legato? Uh, Does it even go that low? Um, yeah. So it definitely can hit that note. Let's look at this. Ooh, I see. Sorry, this keeps jumping. Um, let's go up in the mix here. Okay. Might be a little bit different. I feel like it's going kind of like what the horns were doing. Let's look at the horns real quick. wrong spot. So it'd be a little sliver here in this spot. Let's look at the horns. It's also blue. That's gonna be a problem. Let's change the horn color real quick. So we have that, and let's make it bigger so we can see. Okay, so we have horn and the choir, or so I thought. Let's see. Let's find it again. Okay, so this is choir 1, choir 2. So first off, are we in the right spot? It doesn't seem like we're in the right spot. Let's fix that real quick. Oh, let's move it this way. Is that right? Something just does not seem right. Let's go to the horns. I see. Okay, so let's bring this over real quick. And I think that's the right spot. Yeah, okay. Let's go back. Find the horns, which is right here. Yep. Okay. Except I thought I pressed shift. There we go. Now just hold on to shift. This is kind of the downside of working with this divider here. You don't get a lot of real estate space, but anywho, now we're in the right spot. Okay, so looking here, it looks like we go down instead of up on the horns. Okay, so and then I think we need to give it a little bit of a breath before we hit up that high note. So on that, let's try. It's kind of like that. It's like where it jumps a little bit. Let's listen to this part. And we probably can just do one like that. Let's just hear how that would sound. Also, I see 2 notes. That's not right. Oh, okay, that's a little error. Okay. Let's try again. Cool. And in that regard, let's bring up the mix a little bit. Okay, I like that. Where it gets loud, but maybe we go a little sooner so we can kind of compress that forward. If that makes sense. Do that with this one as well. I think that'll work. Hey, Cheyenne's in the house. Nice, awesome. Well, thanks for sharing. Nice. This got me kind of thinking though. There was a extra note around here that, yep. So there's like a little mistake here I need to fix. Sometimes if you have little slivers of notes, for whatever reasons, it just happens. It won't play that note properly. So we need to fix that. Okay. All right. So let's listen to the original one more time. Okay, so it looks like the melody of the choir goes up with the trumpet. Now you can split maybe on this one and go, or even do something like this. Okay, and then this, I know this moves with the trumpet a little more, so we'll go down. Cool. And when we do that, let's die down a little bit. So. Okay, same thing. Okay, cool. All right, so far so good. Let's look at when the second half enters. I think the female choir come in. And actually, maybe there's actually soprano or alto going already. So I actually do hear that. We're gonna have to figure out those notes real quick. I'm assuming it's like an octave up from one of these two. Anywho, let's listen. Okay, let's shape this a little bit. Oops. Sounds a little bit wrong to me. So maybe this follows a trumpet more. Oops. Okay, great. I think maybe we can get away with that. You might do something with the soprano as well. But I do hear something move up on the second half. Right, the soprano comes in here. I'm not sure if there's soprano here though. Maybe I'm hearing it. It's like an octave higher or something. I'm just curious. I don't think this is right. This is original. We could probably do the melody on the top voice. And not overpower what the horn's doing. And then wait. Oh, I see. Like that. Maybe we do the melody. Let's see. And also we can solo the voices. Wow, that's so cool. But let's just do the melody. And it goes. So let's do C, F, G, A, G, F. Sorry. Okay, that might be better. Good. And moving on, second half. So that sounds like the soprano is playing the melody there. So, and then it's kind of playing what the, what do you call it? The violin one would be doing. So it veers off. Let's do this. Let's listen to this. All right, here. Let's see here. Where's the halfway point? Okay, so I think man, I'm kind of lost. Is it the trumpet part or is it singing the violin part? I thought I heard it in the violin part. Yeah, it's really high. Okay. So, yeah, it's not quite here, but let's see in the recording. Okay. So it's doing this. Okay. Good, good, good. Let's make sure that these are all legato. Okay, so listen to the track again. I don't think it does it go that high. So we go down. Good. And that's a staccato at the end. Okay. All right, now let's shape it. So that's just a soprano. We have to figure out what the heck the other parts are doing. Alright, so my hunch is it's similar to what was happening here in the previous section. Oops. So let's do this. Let's just copy this and bring it over here and onto the men. Okay, and let's bring the lower voice. We'll just cut this and paste it into the other half. Whoa, that's weird. Let's try that again. I'm like, just out of nowhere, I'm getting allergies just in the last hour here. There we go. Okay, so we have that. And then let's solo this real quick. Let's try again. Okay, so then this goes staccato. Dun, dun. So maybe we go down like that. Staccato. Oh yeah, gotta make this staccato, and this one staccato. Legato. Let's do legato. Legato. Okay, let's hear. That's good. Out of the two, I've been using, this one, here, as like sort of the alto octave up, and it's been working. Their staccato. That's been working for the most part. Let's just hear it in context with just the choir. Oh, something's not right. Let's see here. It's probably one of these articulations. Oh, yes. So this one here should be legato. Yep. And this one too is legato. There we go. Let's listen again. It's nice. Maybe a little bit more shaping on some of this. So, like here. Something like that. It's also just the breath. So, like, we go slightly shorter. Slightly short here. Right there. And then da-da-da, same here. Okay, and then the biggest parts here, actually, that I want to hear. Cool. So maybe on this one, we just double up what the soprano and alto are doing in conjunction with each other. Like that. And it should be a B flat. Interesting. Okay, and I know the horn is going da na na na. Is the choir doing that too? I think it's moving more with the violin there. Okay, so we're good on that front. For the most part, sounds pretty good. The last of this would be the timpani before we start adding the drums. And after that, I think we're good to do the ending. And let's see how much time we have. Okay, I think we could do the ending pretty quickly, actually, because it's just patterns of notes, and it's less expressive, I would say, in terms of programming. I mean, it's loud, but the ending will be pretty quick. So timpani. Let's see how this works out. So it's doing like a roll. It looks like. I think, yeah, I think it's doing a roll. But I have a note right here. So we start on beat 2. We'll just do a roll there, and then let's listen to the timpani again. So I don't know how the drums will kick in under this, but we'll figure it out. Right now it's kind of doing like a march rhythm. It's like dun da 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 dun da 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 dun da 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 dun. Let's see. So the first section is kind of going dun 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 dun. So I might want to copy some of that, but let's see how we do here. Done. It's not going to be exactly what we're trying to accomplish with the recording, but it's kind of doing something like that. I'm just following the chords. Goes down to A. Okay, and then what do we have here? Well, let's bring that back. Okay. So that's kind of what I'll do for now on the timpani. Okay. Let's bring maybe some of that volume up. So now let's add the drums. So this is where I get nervous if something gets kind of glitchy here with my computer. I might have to freeze a track. I haven't done that in a long time, but it seems like when I stream, it works a little harder. So let's see how it goes. Let's put this on here. I'll start the loop on that moment, and let's do the same over here. I'm kind of curious to see how continuing the beat from previous would sound over all of this. So that was my idea, at least. Anything else? Let's see. That's it. It looks like Emperor Cheese is back. Haha. Welcome, welcome. So here we go. Let's put this here. Let's listen to just the drums. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, and there's also a bass thing here. I just realized. We can leave that out for just a second. I'll add that in later. All these cymbals. There seems to be where it quiets down. We don't want that. So let's find that spot where it quiets down. I think it's like just one or two over. And what we'll do is copy perhaps one of these. How should we do this? Let's just do it in the MIDI. So that's 2 measures worth. Just go back here. It's a little bit of different phrasing, I know. How should we do this? Let's do this actually. This one's a little bit more important in terms of the phrasing. So let's do this. Got one. Seems like it changes. Not sure. Oh, okay. It goes 1, 2, 1, 2. Weird. Phrasing's all funky, actually. It's like in 6-bar phrases or something. I wonder who made up that genius idea. That was me. Okay, so anywho, that's that. And then let's find the purple. It's all funky right now. So we do this, and let's just do that. Okay, let's do that, and let's do this. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so let's just cut it off on that first note. Like that. Okay, good so far. We need some gongs and crashes. So let's listen to the recording again, just to get a reference on that. Okay, so there's like a suspended cymbal and a crash, right? So let's do that. Oh no, it's doing something weird there. Sorry, it like timed itself out. Also, let's find the best sounding suspended cymbal. Sometimes I think that sounds the best. Let's try that. Okay. All right, and then then we need a crash cymbal. So let's go find, this is my favorite one. There's so many options. That's pretty good. That's pretty good too. Let's try that one. Okay. Alright, so there's the crash. There's the suspended cymbal roll. Let's listen to the recording again to see where the other hits are. Almost sounds like a gong too. Okay, so I heard one there. I heard one there, but not one here. That's okay. Yeah, that makes sense because that's part of the other phrase. There's one here. I almost hear a snare drum too, leading into this next part. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that in accordingly. Some of the crashes are here, 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 and then it goes here, here, I believe. Okay, and this seems to be clipping a little bit, so let's go find a stereo bus real quick. I'm not sure if I added it in already. I should be adding some kind of limiter just so it doesn't clip all the time. Let's do a Berkeley, yeah, just a quick fix here. Brickyard limiter, brick wall limiter, not brickyard. And let's listen to that crash again. Okay, so there should be a really loud horn hit here. It's not really cutting through. Right there, John. So let's bring it up. Something like that, right? Boom, boom. Okay, and as that hits, we probably want the timpani to hit. Okay, so maybe I'll like go dun 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 dun, even though that's not right. It kind of sounds cool with the drums. And that one too. There's probably a crash there. I think there it definitely is. So I hit right there. And it's, I don't know if it's a choke. It's probably a choke. Like that. Okay. There's something else I'm hearing, like a snare drum, which I think it's a good idea. Starting around here. Let's listen to the recording. Okay, so I'm hearing like a cha, cha. Let's do one drum. Let's go low drum. Let's turn this on. Okay, so we have, and then it's going cha, cha, cha. Is that right? No, it's gotta be like this. Okay. a little louder. A little bit quieter. Okay, and then that sets up the ending here. I think that's it. The only thing I mentioned earlier was just adding some bass. It almost doesn't need it, but I'll just add it in as a supplement. So this basically is like kind of in the background. So I'm not sure how I would follow that. We could just basically do this again. So I'll just copy and paste this. That'll be the easiest way. And this kind of just gives a little bit more energy. Okay, cool. So that horn still sounds a little funky to me. I wonder if I should just double it up with something else. Well, I kind of know why. This is a rushing. Okay, there's that, and then also maybe it's missing another. What if we split it more? There you go. Maybe it's behind the B a little bit. So let's push that forward a little bit. Okay, and let's accommodate that. I think that's better. Okay, so let's look at the ending and finish this off, shall we? Sounding good. Okay, and we can make it a little more bombastic, right? With this is kind of Pirates of the Caribbean here. I mean, it's Gladiator, which came before Pirates, so but yeah, it's same rhythms. So dun 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 dun. I do have bass here. There you go. Now is that sounds a little off. Let's see here. Oops. Think this should be sorry. Let me double check this real quick. That's right. What about going lower? Is it that low? Oh, okay, it is. Okay, so let's look at this. Cool, and I'm just gonna do a messy job of just messing around with that velocity.
Okay, so there you go. So there's some variations in the velocity there, and then okay, so the tuba, which is played by this, is also doing some short stuff. Let's make sure we assign it to the right one. And I did I can do this too, I forgot. You can kind of just do a quick way of randomizing that velocity. But we should probably accent the beginning of the bar. Okay, this should be a long like that. Okay, make it four bars long, and let's do it here. Okay, let's make this sus marcato. Let's make this slightly quieter. Maybe that's a little too much, but that's the idea. Okay, so there is the bass line. Let's listen to other things. I feel like I want to jump right onto the horns because that's the most obvious. And strings. Strings and horns are playing the same thing. Ah, man. Okay, it's hard to hear, but I have a feeling if we play it through, we'll figure it out. So. So the chord here, let's figure out the chords actually. So let's unlock this. So this is a D minor chord. Boom. Let's go back to the horns. So it kind of crosses back and forth with D minor. It goes to A. And then it does this chord, this E minor half diminished seventh chord. All by here though. And goes here again. Boom, 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 boom. And then it does a suspended fourth chord. And then here it resolves and goes to 1 here. Well, I might be on the wrong spot, but that's the general idea here. So let's see here. Oh, so it's like this. Dun, dun, dun. Cool. Is this on an A? So this would be a D minor over A, or like a cadential 6/4 maybe, something like that. So, okay, that's it. So then let's fill it in. This is the harder part actually, filling in the exact notes. Good luck. So we have bum starting on 3, triple it, dun 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 dun. Oops, sorry, like this. Let's listen. Hoo-wee, and then okay, let's listen again. Okay, and then that sounds a little weird. So it goes down. Is it a C chord? Oh, sorry, let's see. Go back to where we were. Here's that horn line. So here, let's see. Is it an A7 chord? I thought I heard an A chord. Could be an A7 chord. Okay. Maybe it's like that. Omitting. Could be that. Or like that. I'm leaning towards that. Okay, so then, dun, and then let's listen to the next part. Then I'm hearing dun 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 dun, and something below that. So there's a G minor chord here, I believe. We can make it more simple like that. What if this is a G minor chord? Is that what it is? Okay, so this entire bar is G minor. Okay. Bum 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 with the accent. Bum. Maybe we split it. I don't know. Let's just keep it like that. Whoops. And then dun dun dun. There we go. Okay, let's listen. Okay, and next. I think it just goes something similar to this. Okay, let's go back to that D. Yeah. And then this is the last part of it. So it goes down. I don't think it goes that anymore. There you go. Boom. And then. Okay, and we're almost there. So then we have. This is good. Bum 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 bum. Maybe the last note. Okay, that doesn't sound right. Let's see here. Okay, let's go down. There you go. Let's see if there's also an A in there. What if we went like this? Yeah, I like that. So there's an A7 chord on the end, the very ending of that beat, and then dun 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 dun. I guess we keep it short or we make it long. On this one, it goes short. So let's keep it short for now. Okay. Also, a little more, maybe some accents to bring out some of these. Like maybe the ones on the very front of the beats of each bar, we go louder. And that's kind of cool, making it marcato. I like that. It gives it a little finality of everything. Okay, so if that's the case there, I suggest maybe bringing the top note, and maybe we just either layer or replace. Maybe replace that with this one. And we go like this, staccato, spiccato. Okay. Let's try that. Okay, great. All right, so that's a good progress in terms of the right direction. Now let's go to what the trombones would be doing, because trombones is equally as bombastic and hard there. So how should we do this? Let's go and rather than copying the event, let's look inside of here. Let's just copy this instead and go here. Okay, so this is one and this is the other. Okay, so we got to figure out what goes where. I'm assuming it's a little lower, and let's do it one at a time actually. So this is the top voices. Let's take out perhaps the first two like that. So there's maybe like that. And so on. So let's delete all this. Okay, let's figure this out. Let's try again. Let's bring up the volume here. Okay, and let's listen. So this one seems more simple. It's not doing what like the horn would be going dun 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 dun. It's like dun 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 dun. So whatever note that is. Okay, so let's do that again. Okay, well that's one. Okay, so then yeah, I'm tempted to just copy this, excuse me, and take all of this off and just do that. Okay, and let's go back here. Okay, let's look at pink. On the pink we have all these harmonizing. Okay, so then we do another part. Okay, let's listen to that now. It sounds very clean. Let's make sure that we're on the right articulation. Maybe we do marcato instead. And same with this one. Let's do marcato and see if that makes any difference. Let's also, marcato tends to be behind the beat, so I'm going to push it forward. Okay. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe we mix it up. Like maybe the first note is short. that might work. And okay, so let's add the trumpet. Let's see what trumpet's doing. Oops, let's see here. What I do. Bum, 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 bum. It almost sounds like it's doubling what the trombone would be doing, which would be here. So let's go ahead and put this on here real quick. Let's see. Okay, let's glue this on. And then we'll go an octave higher. Oh, even, nah, doesn't go that high, I don't think. Let's do staccato on all of these, or tenuto maybe. Okay. Let's see here. Whoa. Let's see here. Is it D? That sounds like almost like a E. Oh, you know what? Maybe I got that chord wrong. Maybe it's not G minor. Maybe it's this inverted though, like this. Okay, so I think I got this chord wrong. Let's go ahead. That's where I'm getting confused. There's an E in there, and that should be, let's see, like this. So, oopsie. Well, there goes all that. Let's see if I can get out of that. That was fun to see. Yeah, that's what it is. So what was it? Did I put any D's in there? Let's see. I might have done some D's thinking that's what it was, but I think that's wrong. If I did that, let's fix it. So these guys should have E in there. I think that's correct. Okay. What else? This is missing. That's missing that. So I bet it's in here, so let's just delete that. Okay. All right. Moving on. So we're in trumpet, right? Trumpet is all here. I just have it in here for now. And so on. Okay. Not too exciting, but maybe we double that with this one. Sounds a little bit better, and keeps jumping. There you go. Great. All right, starting to really shape up. So trumpet seems to be pretty simple like that. You might want to double that with just a harmony, just to kind of thicken it up. So you have the D's, you have this go down to B flat or D. maybe like that. Let's try it. Let's go D. And that should go to A. Okay. Great. And some of those notes are rushing at the very end, somewhat on purpose. Let's maybe pull some of that back. Oh yeah, even better. Okay. Crashes, we need strings. So upper strings. Let's do strings real quick. It's gonna double to some degree with these brass. So maybe I just pick and choose. We do this over here. So let's say upper strings does with trumpet. Okay, let's see how that sounds. Okay, so now we clean this up. So we do like that. Clean the other voicing up. Let's hear how that sounds. Let's clean this up too real quick actually. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sounds pretty good. What is this? Spiccato? Okay. I want to think, I'm gonna say, do we go an octave higher though? Let's see. Yeah, it's hard to say actually. So let's keep it down there. And then let's go to our horns. Boom, 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 boom. Let's look at trombone. Maybe we do viola for this one. Oops. You know, I think, yeah, this is actually a better approach. We end it on the same note, so, or start it with the same note. And then let's make sure this is spiccato. And then D, 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 C sharp. Something sounds a little funny in the brass. Let's see here. Maybe split it. Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit quieter on those notes. I think that fixes it. Okay. Going back to what we're doing on the viola. What if we made these marcatos? I'm just curious. Yeah. Okay. And then for cello would be perhaps this one. That's below it. So then cello would be playing here. Interesting. Let's try D instead. Okay. I realize these are ahead of the beat. It probably doesn't need to be ahead of the beat on spiccatos. Sorry, 1 second. I'm kind of rushing or going a step forward than I'm what I should be doing. Anywho, let's hear this together. Okay, there's something I know I did wrong. I didn't actually fix this part. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe go down or stay on the D. Let's go to B flat. Sorry, and then here. Okay. Okay, let's look at all the strings. Okay, so something's not jiving. I think I know which ones. Let's see here. So we have Viola. Viola's here. What if I went even... What if I went down to A? And then this is B flat. And then sounds a lot better that way. Okay, so then. Okay, so now we need some timpani rolling through that, I believe. Let's listen to that. Roll down. So we're gonna roll with it. Let's figure out what the timpani's playing here then, and then we'll come back and do the choir. And the choir is the last of the melodic stuff before we add percussion and call it good. Let's see here. So we got dun 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 dun. So we'll just do the roots for this one. Oh, I see. Whoops. This needs to go down. And then okay, dun 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 dun. So then well, I guess we can hit it just a little bit softer, I suppose, on that last note, and then on this one we'll roll it through four bars. Something like that. Cool. Let's follow this scheme for the bass. Okay, we keep it kind of same, and then make it shorter. Cool, cool. We'll put a little bit of a accent on those. Okay. Well, now we'll focus on the the choir, excuse me. It's really hard. I can barely hear if they're singing like in between those hits, but definitely on downbeats, I'm hearing some really loud, bombastic sounds there. So let's go ahead and add that all in. I'm assuming it's really similar to what the brass are doing. So let's just do the outline of each chord. So you have. So let's listen. And we can maybe make it marcato instead. So let's see how that would sound. Let's try it. It's a little bit long. It's like if it was only half as long. Let's see. Actually, before we decide, yeah, if it's half as long, let's see how it sounds if I shorten it a little bit, as opposed to. Oh yeah, okay. So it does work that way. Let's keep that going then. So you have this. Okay, then go up. And we can think of this, thicken up the chords a little bit. So you have the D, something here. Last but not least. Chun, 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 chun. On these ones we'll do staccato. So we go like this. Okay, and I'm gonna have to change that. Oh, I see. This has to go E. Same with. What's wrong here? Maybe. Maybe stay on the E on there. And Actually, let's redo that one. Okay, like that. And we'll go. Like that. Oops. Okay, that sounds pretty good. The question is, do we add things in between that? I'm not sure. It almost sounds like there is. It's just really faint in the recording, or in the balancing. So let's add it in, and we'll make these staccato for these parts. So like just make it kind of quiet. Yeah, but it's got to be super quiet, almost where you can't even. Well, not like that, but let's see. Seems like the velocity doesn't really do much, which is funny. What to do about that? Let's see, because we can mess with the curves here. I mean, we could do something like that. So it's a little bit ridiculous. Then let's commit to that. And then so basically I just copy this over to each one of these like that. Okay, then we can really go to town and be like, oh yeah, these are all have to be staccato as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and then go here. And then we go here. This one we go up. Oops. Okay, and that's it. So cool. So then the only other thing is the percussion. The percussion, we need some crashes. Let's start with the crash. So down here we have that sound. So I think we go. Okay. And then the very ending is a hit like that. I believe. Let's listen to the recording. I believe that's how it goes. Okay, it sounds like they're all actually almost. I mean, the choke makes sense, but it's actually just releasing. There's also not just a timpani roll, but what sounds like a excuse me, bass drum roll. So we'll add that in as well. We are also adding this drum beat. So maybe what we do here though is change it up. So let's delete this. So we can play up on this, adding some more interest here with some drums, and do. I don't know if we do the same beat. It's actually the same beat. It goes dun, 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 and this goes. it's pretty much that all all the way through. Let's see here. Yeah, so let's do that one instead. And let's go to this one here. Hey, thanks, Greg. I see your note there. Okay, let's get rid of this and highlight these guys. Okay, so there's that dun 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 dun. Okay, so let's go dun dun da da dun dun da da da. Okay, so there's that one. Here we have oh. Okay, so we have that. Pretty easy. Next, we have I guess it doesn't have to be that loud. Bring that down slightly. Sorry, let's see here. I just noticed there's a funky thing here. Okay. Next is I mentioned bass drum roll, right? Let's add a bass drum roll here. Four beats or 4 bars. Here we go. I can't really hear that. Oh, I can now. Okay, let's try a different one. Yeah, let's do this one. Although let's reshape the CC7. CC11. There you go. Can't really feel that. That might be too much. Let's go down just like, okay. So there's that, and then there's some snare that I added here. I mentioned it'd be cool to like have like a marching snare here. So cha 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 cha. So jun cha cha jun. So cha cha cha. Let's think about that. Jun 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 jun. So on this one we go jun 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 jun. Okay. And then we could also roll it on this one. Maybe roll here too. And we'll decrescendo with the bass drum roll and timpani roll. Okay, so there's that. I think that's it. Cool. Let's see. Let's mess with the volume. loud, so let's bring that down. Oh, that's not crash cymbal. Where are you? So crash is a little loud, so maybe the crashes here are fine. Down here, we bring it down in velocity. What about here? Cool. Let's just take one volume down overall. And that is it, guys. So, yeah, very exciting stuff. We were able to finally get that done in 2 sessions. I did cheat a little bit, do that little middle section earlier today. But that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and play it back from the very beginning and see how we do. Whoops. I'll do the little housekeeping stuff I usually do real quick. One little thing I caution is if you do this, just make sure you're not doing a global copy paste before that, because sometimes that brings up unwanted data from stuff that's like stretched out later. So just be careful with that. Yeah, so let's go ahead. We're gonna delete this snippet of things. Let's take this over here, and let's take a look at just the overall key switching. See how all those key switches are assigned to something, except for here. As you can see, this wouldn't play back correctly. So let's make sure we put all of this in here. This is trombones, put sustain on them. What else? Okay, so that's that. Sometimes I like to look at sustain. Sometimes the CC64 is a little funky. I don't think I put anything there this time. And that's it. Here we go. Let's go ahead and press play from the very beginning, shall we? This is Gladiator. And let's, should I just do the entire MIDI data like this? Sure, why not? Let's go ahead. From the top. All right. Well, that turned out a lot better than I thought it'd be. So, that's a Gladiator theme. You know, I'm tempted to do one more theme from Gladiator because I love the movie so much. If that's something you guys are interested in, I was thinking about doing either the Now We Are Free, um, which is a little bit longer. But there's also a really pretty cue that's at the very end of the battle scene that is so gorgeous, and that would be really tempting to do as well. So if you guys want to see more, I'll think about that, and I will keep you guys informed for next time. If you guys have any suggestions for future cues, I think someone mentioned Emperor of Cheese. I saw there was a note about some kind of Asian type of theme or Asian type songs, music that I can try. Yeah, sure, I can think about that too. But yeah, for people who are still here, Sam, Greg, Guy, Shard, anyone else I'm missing, thank you for watching, and I appreciate all the participation as well. We'll see you next time. Take care, guys.